What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, but in this one we go over Michigan about to get some great recruiting news as the Wolverines are staying hot on the recruiting trail. We go over that as a commitment could be seen soon. We also talk about what tight ends coach Steve Casula said about Michigan's tight end room, Colston Loveland, why the tight end room is so stacked. Also, we talked about Kirk Campbell and the offense as a whole. Now, we also gave a little preview to the matchup against Indiana and my thoughts on this matchup as the Wolverines look to get back in the win column. We talk about all that and more in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so early this morning, we got the eyeball emoji from head coach Sherrone Moore on X, and everybody knows what that means. If you're over on X or Twitter, that means a commitment is coming soon, at least a public commitment for that matter. So we should be getting some good news on the recruiting trail here, whether it's later today or even tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see, but we did talk about it in a video this week already about a commitment coming soon, and I mentioned three recruits. They are Elijah Dotson, Jamar Browder, and Grayson Littleton, and this one is most likely going to be either Elijah Dotson or Jamar Browder. Elijah Dotson, obviously the four-star athlete, defensive back at Belleville, Michigan, one of Bryce Underwood's teammates. He recently took back-to-back visits to Michigan, including an official visit this past weekend. And then Jamar Browder, the three-star current NC State wide receiver commit. Michigan's gotten multiple predictions put in for both of those recruits. So as I'm making this video right now, we have yet to get the commitment, and it's yet to be announced. So if there is a commitment after I post this video, I will, post a comment and pin it, and I should have another video up as well talking about that commitment. So be on the lookout for that, but definitely some good news coming soon again for Michigan as their recruiting momentum right now in the 2025 class starting to take off. Now, I do want to talk about Steve Casula, what he said to the media about the Michigan offense and the heat on the offensive coordinator, Kirk Campbell. But first, I did want to give a shout out to today's sponsor over at BetUS. That is right. They have all the odds you need this football and basketball season. There's a lot of good games on this week, both NFL, college football. Obviously, Michigan trying to get back in the win column, going on the road, taking on a top 10 ranked Indiana team. Right now, Indiana is favored by 14 in this one. They are heavily favored on the money line as well, so if Michigan does pull off the upset, you could make some money there, but the over-under is 49. I do think that it'll be over 49.5, and I think if Michigan wants to have a chance in this one, they're probably gonna have to put up some points, try to keep up with Indiana's offense. So let me know what you guys think. There's also the Lions game. They play the Texans Sunday night, and currently it's a great time to get started with BetUS. They are offering a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. Also, you get a 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go ahead, use promo code YouTube150 at betus.com, and obviously please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and talk about what Steve Casula, which is Michigan's tight ends coach, what he said to the media. He first talked about Colston Loveland. He obviously had really high praise for him. Now, he said he's fun to watch, fun to coach, makes me look like a good coach, so he's awesome, and they're really fortunate to have him. He also said that, I think when you compare his movement skills, his athleticism, ball skills, all that kind of stuff, I think you could compare him against NFL players, and there is no doubt Colston Loveland, he's been the bright spot to this Michigan offense, been Michigan's leading receiver this whole season. But Michigan, going or looking, in the tight end room, it is stacked for Michigan. It's really crowded. They got a lot of guys in there. Even Casula said, we have a crowded tight end room with depth and maturity, experience and talent. And, not everybody's path to playing is the same. Not everyone's going to follow the same exact steps. Michigan, they have just tons of guys. They have junior Marlon Klein, freshman Hogan Hansen, Brady Prescore, and they also have sophomore Zach Marshall, sophomore Deacon Tonielli. Just so much talent. That's been really one of the best positions Michigan has recruited at. So Steve Casula, I'm sure he is very happy with the tight end room that he has. But he also talked about, Michigan's offensive coordinator Kirk Campbell. He said, it's something that's hard to go through regardless of the level or like the place that you coach. I was here when it was tough for Josh Gaddis, Don Brown. It was tough for me at the University of Massachusetts. It was tough for me at Ferris State when we didn't play good. So he said there might be people that want us to perform at a high level as much as Coach Campbell, but there's nobody that wants that more than him. Now, there's been a lot of factors too, this Michigan offense, why they took a big step back. They lost, basically their whole starting lineup besides Colston Loveland, whole new offensive line, quarterback, wide receiver. The wide receiver room, obviously is not that great this season, but it's definitely going to be a tough decision for Sharon Moore in the offseason because the offense hasn't looked that good. Some of it has been play calling by Kirk Campbell. Now, do I think year 2 of Kirk Campbell will be better? Yes, I do. I think, the whole coaching staff as a whole will be way better in year 2 with more experience. Also, the whole coaching staff getting their own players, attacking the transfer portal. It can definitely be a lot better, but is Kirk Campbell the best option for Michigan's offense? We are yet to see, but right now he's obviously getting a lot of heat, so it's going to be up to Sharon Moore. Steve Casula said that I've gone through it at a different place when it wasn't going good. I've watched some of my closest friends, mentors go through it. I'm watching it happen right now, but we all understand what's at stake, what the expectation is, what the standard is here. It's something we're working toward each day, and there is no finger pointing. They all know that it's all about the team. Casula said we're all responsible for how we perform on offense as offensive coaches. So I think we've seen a little bit of improvement from the offense these past 2 weeks, especially against Michigan State. One of the best offensive performances. We've seen Davis Warren really perform at a high level at quarterback, so hopefully that continues. The one thing that hasn't been working for Michigan, which is pretty surprising with how good the passing offense has looked the past 2 weeks, it's the running game. Michigan has got to get that going against Indiana, and that brings up previewing this Michigan-Indiana matchup. Now listen, I do not like this matchup one bit for Michigan. Michigan secondary, they're injured. They were without Jair Hill and Will Johnson last game against Oregon. If Michigan is without both of them again, this game could get ugly and maybe even more ugly than Oregon with it being on the road. So it's going to be key to at least get back Jair Hill. Now, I do think Michigan can win this game. They can win a lot of games on their schedule if they play clean, mistake-free football. But with the way the defense played in the first half against Oregon, if they show up that way against Indiana, it's not going to be good. And I do think there is a mismatch going into this game again, just like there was last week for Michigan against Oregon in that high-powered offense. So, I think Michigan's offense should have success in this one. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Michigan's defense, whether or not they can stop this Indiana offense. So let me know what you guys think, but should be interesting, and let me know how you guys think. But I feel like going into this Indiana game, I think it could be more tough for Michigan against Indiana than Ohio State this season. That's just my thoughts and looking at this Indiana offense, but we've seen how this defense looked. It was a tale of two halves last game against Oregon. It's going to depend on which defense we see against Indiana and whether or not Will Johnson or Jair Hill return. Right now, I would say that we will get Jair Hill back, but not Will Johnson, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's how I'm feeling right now. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com and use promo code YouTube150. But other than that, if you guys did go ahead to enjoy, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.